I accidentally hit stop, and now I don't know what to do with the video. We can call that a preview.
I mean, can you do two? Can you put two videos in as I don't know.
And then we require editing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I could do? It might actually be long enough to do that as a short and have that as a trailer for the disc.
Yeah, why not?
Because I don't want to redo the joke, because that was too spontaneous.
Yeah, that was good.
It was too spontaneous not to do again. So welcome to. I'm assuming that video maybe wasn't quite long enough to do as a short. Maybe it was as long as so that's a short. So welcome to the actual review.
Yes, hello.
We saw Nope. If you didn't see the bit I did before, I am going to upload that because there was some good stuff in there.
That was good.
But yeah, careful when you're adjusting your phone camera, because as you can tell, you scooch a bit. You tend to do lean out.
I tend to just lean to this side. It's like a natural lean. I'll lean to this side. There we go.
There you go. There you are a bit more. So yeah, as I was saying, if you didn't see the short bit before, and that's gonna be fun uploading. Nope, good. I could say more thriller than horror. Not too much blood and gore, if that's what you're concerned about. If the trailer looked good to you, you're probably going to enjoy it. You get something out of it. And it's actually rated a 15. I'm not sure it's like obvious in the trailer, but so yeah, it's not like ultra, you know, like scary, gross.
No.
There are a couple of jumps.
Yeah.
But
you know, yeah, to be expected.
Slow burn, not too gory, good acting.
Yeah.
You're non-spoilery. Did you?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, everyone's going to compare it to Get Out and Us. I mean, Get Out still remains my favourite of the Jordan Peele movies.
I don't think I've really watched it. I might have seen bits of it, like certainly in reviews and that, but I don't think I've actually sat down and watched it end to end since we saw it.
Okay. Us wasn't too bad, but I mean, I'd go so far to say actually Us was probably better than Nope.
Okay, I haven't seen Us yet, so I can't.
But Get Out's better than all three. Better than the other two.
Are you saying there's a downward slide?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's slowly sliding downwards. But this was still a good film. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And like you said, if you like the trailer, it gives you a kind of overview about what it's about without spoiling anything.
So if you were not comparing it to the other Jordan Peels, as its own thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
It's really weird. It's an orange car, before you say anything, by the way.
It is an orange car.
Yeah, it's weird, and I still don't really understand it. I'm gonna have to think on it. But no, I enjoyed it. It was well over 2 hours.
Still over, yeah.
But didn't really feel like it.
No.
And like you said, the acting was very, very good. Daniel Kaluuya was very, very good, as normal. But yeah, without getting into spoilers, yeah, good. I enjoyed it.
I did.
Just very confused.
We can pick up on that, but I can. Yes.
Yes.
I will say, because this isn't really quite a spoiler, the opening, like the studio stuff, like with the Monkey Paw Productions. Did you think that was a very elaborate studio logo?
Yeah, it's like one of these logos that sort of takes a while to be the logo, because it's like on a train, and the camera then goes down the train aisle, turns around, and then there's the monkey paw stirring the
But
drink.
you got all this dialogue happening over it.
Yeah.
What's that going on? It's like, okay, it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
But that, yes. So that was a little bit, like, okay, that's something. And then the next bit, like, and it still says Monkey Paw Productions. Is that still the logo?
I think all of it was the logo. Yeah. I mean, the voiceover bit was the bit from the TV show. They were doing Gordy's Home or something.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. But yeah, so that's not really a spoiler because it's literally the first moments of the film. But it's, as studio logos go, that one kind of got me, like, that's weird. That is actually weird. But I don't know anything else we can say non-spoilery.
No, I don't think so. It's very spoilerific, isn't it?
Yeah. So I guess the spoilers. As I said in the short bit, if you saw that, I'm not entirely sure how to talk about this film.
Okay.
Not that it was bad, because normally we sort of, okay, so this happened and these people, and they're all good. It's a very small cast, which I liked.
Yeah.
So basically, the inciting incident happened. Although they already had, because they're a horse ranch, so they've already got some security. And they're like, oh, this went wonky, so they went and buy some more stuff from this company called Fry's, which I'm assuming is a real place. I don't know. It felt legit. Either that or the production company did a great job on the van.
Yeah.
That looked like, I would believe that van.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, and then they like talking to the guy at the counter and say, oh, you know, he's up trying to do the upsell, which, you know, fair enough. And she's like, no. So I'm Daniel Kaluuya and I can't remember. So it's OJ and Emerald. I can't remember who plays Emerald. But I did see it in the thing. And like, but their brother and sister, their father died in the cold opening. Kind of gruesome actually. So basically you hear like stuff going on. You hear like, which I thought sounded like when you let tension cables go.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
That kind of sound. And as it turns out, it's metal flying everywhere. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he Dad, unfortunately, Keith David, died with a cord or something went through his brain. So the I can't remember the Kevin Bacon's character in First Class. He has a very similar. Yeah.
I've not seen that.
First Class is good. I know you're not big into X-Men, but First Class is good. So yeah. Sorry, spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry for spoilers for a film that's over 10 decades, over a decade old.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
But yeah, that was kind of like gruesome, but not gruesome. It's like, whoa, that's you know something's wrong, and then he's got all the blood because he's still alive at this point, and he's like, you know, trying to take him to hospital. Well, no, it's not until he gets to hospital. You see, he's got a big scar. And honestly, at that point, I wasn't 100% that he was dead. I just thought maybe he was like, you know, in recovery, and he's gonna have a cool scar for the rest of the film.
Yeah.
And obviously half blind, but no. So that happens, and then so they get all they upgrade the equipment, and then we meet, you know, Angel, who like, do you want the ups? You know, he was kind of checked out doing all the stuff, and he ends up doing the delivery in the install, and then he kind of. And they do point out this is kind of illegal. He basically taps the feed and watches it. And his colleague is like, what's going on with OJ?
With her Cheetos. Bag of Cheetos.
Bag of Cheetos. And so he ends up part of the action. So what do we think of Angel? Like, inserting himself into the action.
I thought that was quite funny. But no, I don't know. I think he added a little bit to it, you know, being the tech guy. And operating the camera and everything, because he's sort of like the outsider, isn't he?
Yeah.
Coming onto the ranch, and I think he only did it because he thought it was cool, which is fair enough.
Something going on.
Yeah, something going on. Let's go find out.
So, but it was kind of like, he was a nice guy. He was talking about like, oh I've just been dumped, like, and like check her out. She'll be on the CW soon. And actually, the TMZ joke was quite funny.
Yeah, that was quite good.
And
it's TMZ.
And at one point he's like helping them stormproof the cameras, and then shit starts going down, and he's like, nope, and he runs back into the house. And I thought that was kind of an interesting scene, like, even though they've only known each other a couple of days, he like runs back into the house, finds the biggest knife he can, says, yeah,
we're in trouble,
and hides under the table. And that's so he's like there, he's not, you know, at no point does she feel threatened that he suddenly ran back into this room, you know, good black woman on her own, and is he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's sort of, I don't know, Portuguese or something.
Definitely got some.
His name's Brandon Pereira.
Pereira, yeah.
Spanish, isn't it?
Spanish, Portuguese, Colombian, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
So that sort of region.
Yeah. So it's like that could legitimately be threatening, like, especially because you've only known this person for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But no, he's just like head under the table. He was like, they were, you know, riding out the literal storm of the shit going on.
Yeah.
But it's the reason I say it's hard to, I think, talk about is because you can't really explain the story.
No, like I said, I'm still very confused about it all.
So what are you confused about? Come in and talk to the people about what you're confused about.
because it's a Jordan Peele film. It's confusing. He's lots of sort of subtext and things that mean things that you, if you don't know what they mean, it's very confusing. So there's like this big mushroom thing. It looked like a big mushroom, big flat mushroom.
What, the actual...
The craft, or it was a living creature, wasn't it? It was.
It looked like some kind of... initially, it looked like your typical UFO flat thing with a big hole.
Yeah.
But then it could also go to this big octopusy
some
squiddy
big
thing.
fabric
But the whole
thing.
thing, the whole thing looked like it was made of cloth.
Yeah, that was. I didn't get that. That was weird. So it was the mushroom, and then it was the big circus tent.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that. Obviously, so it's territorial. It's a creature. It thinks that it lives. That's what Daniel Kaluuya's character said. It thinks it lives there.
Yeah.
It thinks it lives on their ranch, which wasn't explained.
No.
Why they would have thought that. And it eats people, but anything that's not people or organic material, it spits out.
Yeah.
Which
is how, Keith David died at the beginning, is because it was spitting out all these coins. Was that Ghost that got stabbed with the key? Ghost was the only white horse.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Poor Ghost. Key in the flank. I wouldn't want that.
Oh, that bit when he's in the barn. And
Yeah.
The little 3 aliens.
So there's
Nope.
there's like a novelty ranch, Western experience called Jupiter's
Claim.
Claim, yeah. And so that's kind of like a fun day for all the family, cowboys and Indian, and that's run by a former child actor who happened to be on set when a monkey went crazy. That's the Gordo's house thing that
Gordo, whatever it's called.
it's like that kid must have had so much therapy. I mean, he seemed reasonably adjusted as an adult, but you could also tell there was,
Well, given what was going on, we saw later on, didn't we? Because obviously that's how the film opened, wasn't it? With Gordy.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
the stuff in the credits that you thought, is this like a really elaborate studio thing?
And then they go into it a bit more in depth later with the little flashback 1998 when the camera goes through the back of the set.
Yeah.
So I think the only survivors were the Asian guy.
Yeah.
And the girl that was at the ranch show with the face.
Yeah, because I thought she was dead.
Yeah. So that must have been the young girl.
Yeah.
The one that brought in the big gift.
Yeah.
But I think, I guess she did die, didn't she? 'Cause she got eaten by the mushroom.
She did, but she didn't die from the monkey attack.
No.
So, like, her life must have been, because, like, there was a sound that sounded like the monkey was eating. So
And you had the mum and the dad.
Yeah.
Well, the mum was killed. You know what I didn't get? You know the shoe that was stood
Why
up?
was it stood up? Yeah.
That was weird. And the guy had it in his display cabinet as well. The guy when they went through the wall.
Oh right, that was that.
Yeah,
I
that
wonder
was
why
the
they
shoe.
focus on it.
I
Yeah.
don't know why that. I
Yeah.
couldn't work out what that was. Because it didn't look like the spacecraft, unless it could have been the spacecraft.
No, I don't think the shoe. I think the shoe was just like because it was like the thing he could see and it was like he's focused on. Because like, if you're going through trauma, you just like. I mean, not been through anything like that, but you just find something to focus on, and then maybe that was became his focal point. He probably didn't mean to, but because it was like. It's like a plimsoll type shoe, and it is just stood there. So I mean, it could be that it got propped up by something else behind it.
Yeah, maybe maybe it was just a coincidence.
Yeah,
But
that became a focal point for him.
Yeah, maybe.
So that was strange.
That was weird. I didn't get that.
I mean, it's quite, I would say conservative, but I think it is the right word. It shows you stuff, and then it uses that stuff later on. So you go past this car lot, and it's got all the sky dancers, like the wobbly men, and you think, okay, that's a thing that a place like that would have.
Yes.
No, they get used at the end.
Yeah. So that bit then with the wacky waving tube men. So they use them lined up to distract, not to distract really, to attract the craft.
Yeah.
And obviously it lets out some kind of magnetic field that disables.
An EMP kind of thing.
Yeah, like an EMP. But I don't know, was it sort of alluded to or like explained why that would attract the?
It's because the OJ was saying, don't look at it. It doesn't like it when you look at it, and they've got big
they've got
cartoon eyes.
faces, yeah, of course. Okay, yeah.
So they were trying to attract and like see because earlier on they stole well, M stole a plastic horse that still had all the bunting on it,
Oh, right, yeah.
and then like it sucks up the horse because it's rearing up and looking in the sky, and they're like, oh horsey. And then like for quite a while afterwards you see like this big trail of bunting coming out, floating out this cloud. Which was an interesting thing, and it's like, oh, that's choked it up, like whatever's its throat, that horse messed it up, or the bunting messed it up.
Yeah.
So they thought it's bright, it's colourful, it's got eyes, but it can't eat it. So maybe this will gum it up.
Right, yeah. Okay, right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's my interpretation.
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
But so yeah, they're doing this whole the cowboy kid is doing like this thing at the ranch, the play ranch, and oh yeah, speaking of, like, sorry, so they do the whole display thing. This is the night of the storm. So they're doing the whole, hey, we got this big old lasso experience, like, and at this time every night, this thing happens, and it will change your life. And before then, my kids are going to do a show.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh, it's early, and like they try and they get one of the horses and they say, hey, look, because the horse ran out and went into the night, and like cause the whole thing, and like the horse just like, oh, I'm staying in the shelter, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not going. The horse survived.
Yeah, the horse survived. The horse knew what was going down.
And but yeah, all these people, including the young actress, who, I mean, it's a heck of a way to go out. You're a child star. Your face got half eaten by a monkey. You're scarred for life. Everyone knows what happened to you. Even the studio tried to clear it. How quickly did they clear the audience out? Like, you said the whole thing took like 6.5 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, they must have had a really good evac plan.
Yeah, I mean, all the cameramen and all the crew just gone. But then, unless they all got killed, in 6.5 minutes.
Nah. I mean, I can see the audience. They could. Now, I'm just pure speculation here. Haven't anything like this for like last time I did a live TV show was like when I was 16. So it was a while ago. And I'm assuming like every time I update the rules. So I'm assuming basic health and safety. One of the first things you get told, like anywhere you go new, is like, okay, this is what happens if you hear an alarm. If shit goes down, follow these people, and they will get you out of here.
Yeah.
So they might have even drilled that a few times. They may have even drilled it with that audience.
Maybe.
And so like the audience were like, okay, we're going now. So yeah.
And their main goal, brother and sister, was to get a picture of the thing. To presumably they were just doing it just to make money.
There's like that. We get the money. It is literally the money shot.
Yeah.
Because they the ranch isn't doing so well. They're like they're Hayward Hollywood horses. Which I'll have to look up about the guy, the jockey that was really probably was, because John Peel probably does know his black movie history.
Yeah, because that was the first ever moving
with the
picture
horse.
when they took lots of different photographs and sort of clipped them together like a flick book.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
But like again with the kind of Chekhov-ing a little bit with the so part of the cowboy experience is like you've got this wishing well thing. You put your quarter in and take the thing, and you'll look down and it takes a picture, which I thought was kind of a fun thing. And so it gets used at the end. Yeah, because it's mechanical.
It's mechanical. That's right. And they were filming it on the mechanical cameras. Yellow card.
Yellow card. You're happy now, aren't you?
No.
Oh, Sylvester. Well, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I think with the whole thing of like the power drain, I think that's just a cliche. That is like the UFO alien encounter cliche is all the power goes. I mean, they were doing that right back. Very first episode of the X-Files, they had that going on.
Yeah. Which is quite clever of Jordan Peele, really, like using that cliche in
I
a modern way.
I also quite like the conversation that Angel and Emerald had about no, it was OJ talking about aliens. Yeah, they changed it from UFO to UAF. UAP. Do you know what UAP stands for?
Unidentified aerial. No.
Phenomena, I was going to say.
Oh, of course.
I don't know if that's actually it, but that's the it seems most logical to me.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. That makes sense. Yeah.
And so because people, UFO, but it's like it makes it. I don't think necessarily makes it sound more sciencey.
When you say, "Oh, I saw a UFO," and everyone goes, "Oh."
Yeah, I saw a UAP.
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 Sounds a bit more sort of proper, doesn't it?
The bit with the cloud knot movie I thought was clever.
Yeah, that was clever. Yeah, and I think Angel noticed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he's like,
He was looking.
you gotta see this. It's real. Like, dude, what the hell?
Living behind the cloud or in the cloud.
So that was something else that I found quite sweet about Angel was that so we came back in the house, the storm's raging. OJ had actually left to go get Lucky the black horse, and beautiful horses, absolutely stunning horses. And after it's all going down, so OJ gets Lucky, he's driving back to the ranch, hits the EMP field, and his vehicle's like deaded. So he like stays in for a minute, he like goes to look and see what's going on, he like opens the door. Nope. Shuts the door.
Locks the.
No, it doesn't lock it straight away, which I thought was a thing. And then like one of the plastic horses falls down because it's the night that everyone gets eaten. And it is on the news. It's featured. And then basically, so he ends up staying in the van. Angel and Emerald are in the house. And then like first thing, as soon as he gets power back up, and like they do this thing where the nothing's quite fully upcharged yet, so all the music's still kind of slow, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then he opens the door because Angel put the music on quite loud in his van. So he opens the van door so he can hear it louder. And so Angel and Emerald basically book it, get in the van, and then Angel lets them stay at their place for the day.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. I was like, yeah, okay, that's a friendship. That's a friend for life.
Yeah, that was good.
We are in the spoiler zone, so I will say I'm happy to report that Angel does survive.
Yeah.
The other cameraman, on the other hand.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about Holst for a bit?
Oh yeah, he was weird.
He was.
So he's sort of like this Hollywood director guy, you know, very sort of artsy, and
like a director, maybe photography or editor or something.
Yeah.
Because she's like, because they met him at the commercial at the beginning. They're like trying to put Angel in put Lucky in an advert, and he gets spooked. So they're like, no, sorry. And they're thinking this like green horse thing.
Yes, yeah, this will do.
Dumb thing. Yeah, so that's how they met.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
And yeah, he does sort of. You see him editing one of his weird documentaries.
Because he said, she's like, I can't pay you straight away. That's all right. I do one for them, so I can do one for me. So like, he pro bono.
And he brings his non-battery powered like mechanical wind-up camera,
which was awesome.
Which is very cool. To the ranch to get the picture of the thing.
I like that Angel was like, fuck it, I'll be the top hat. Doing the plan.
They didn't really get the shot, so he takes a
they kind of got I thought they got the
camera.
shot.
Takes a smaller camera a bit further up the mountain to get a better one.
I mean, I could sort of see a theory. So he's probably dead, more likely. But if his camera falls down and survives the call, that footage might still be usable.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. So the camera did fall down, didn't it? Didn't it fall down?
No, I think the
next to
TMZ
Angel?
guy's camera fell down.
Oh, was it?
We didn't see. I don't know unless you saw.
I don't know.
But there was a moment where I thought Angel was gonna bite it because he's like looking up and then like this big tarp flies into his face.
Yeah.
And he almost gets sucked up because one of the wavy guys is next to him and like, no, but he's wrapped himself up in barbed wire.
That's clever.
So yeah, we're pretty sure he survives. Yeah, it's kind of like a. Did you notice when they were having dinner that they all had a couple of cans next to them and he just had water?
No.
Yeah, Holst wasn't drinking.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then later on we see him taking a tablet. We don't know what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it could be an antidepressant, could be an analgesic, it could be
Yeah.
whatever it was. So yeah.
I didn't notice
Yeah, I did. So I don't know if it was like majorly significant, but like, oh, he's got water, and I'm still taking the tablet, and I'm like, okay, interesting. But yeah, oh, Angel was cool. Holst was weird, but weird. Also, I don't know. Didn't catch who played him, but damn, gravel voice.
Oh, yeah, he had a great voice, didn't he? I wonder if he just does like voiceovers and stuff. He must do.
I'd listen to a book he read.
Yeah. But he was one of the good guys.
He was one of the good guys. He was just a weird guy.
Yeah. But I think I'd safely say he sacrificed himself for the shot. For the art.
But then Emerald ended up getting the shot herself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Do you want to tell the people how Emerald got the shot? We are spoilers, you know, like I say, if you want to go see it, then go see it.
After the mushroom becomes the circus tent. The shredded circus tent. That's what they should have called the film, Shredded Circus Tent. That would have been even weirder.
Cloth squiddy thing.
Cloth squiddy thing. Squid Game, in brackets underneath. No, not that one.
I like that.
Yeah, so she goes to the wishing well with the camera that's facing up in the sky. She releases the pig. Because whatever it was.
There was a big inflatable character,
cowboy,
like the mascot for the play ranch. And
she releases it with the bunting attached to it, and obviously it's got a face, so it looks at the mushroom circus tent. And it goes to eat it, and you see it sort of going up its the face going up its like esophagus.
Yeah.
She gets the quarters off the ground.
Yeah, get a whole lot of quarters
in the wishing well camera thing, and then
cranks it,
and it takes the shot. And obviously, the thing that it's eating, the big cowboy Pete, is the huge inflatable full of air.
Yeah.
When it gets far enough into its system, it just explodes. It pops.
It pops. The cowboy doesn't pop. It pops the ship, the vehicle vessel. So that's
the thing.
And we never know what it is, or if it was a one thing, or a multiform entity, or so they kill it. But I think I've seen some you'll look at this video, not the ending of Nope explained and all this stuff. I'm like, well, one, I wasn't going to watch it anyway because spoilers, but two, some things don't need to be explained. No, like some people are like, oh, this didn't tell anything. Well, sometimes you don't find out.
Exactly. That's a good thing about films like this, and they're so rare nowadays, aren't they?
Oh.
You know, where it's not all 100% clear.
Yeah.
But I quite like that. Yeah.
The cinematography is good. They said in the end it was like shot on 65mm.
Yeah, that was really good.
Well, there was like some digital videos as well, obviously, but yeah, it did have a sort of a good, because it was for half of being at night. And that was kind of, again, I don't know if it was kind of going into a cliche, but because Jordan Peele himself is, black director, like, but there was one point when during the storm, when OJ's in the van, it's like super dark and literally all you can see is the white of his eyes. I thought it was an interesting effect, but also that's kind of a clear, especially like in cartoons they wouldn't make today. So the little black kids in the coal cellar, and it's not a good then it wasn't a good joke, but it's like it is.
It's not acceptable nowadays,
but it is a cliche.
It is a cliche.
But it looked really cool.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I really like the blood rain.
Yeah.
With because it's pretty much pitch black, and you hear the rain. You see the rain coming down, and then the short flash of lightning, and you see it's red just coming down. The short burst of light. That was good. That was very good cinematography. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So it looked good. It was but yeah, it is odd. Are you still confused, or?
I'm still confused. But I think, like you say, I think it's good. Maybe there isn't what was the thing? Well, maybe you don't need to know what the thing was.
Yeah.
Let's just call it circus mushroom.
Circus mushroom. Yeah, no, it was fun. Not fun, but there were a couple of silly points where I laughed, and there were a couple of jumps. Like the thing you said with the kids in the barn, that was genuinely atmospheric. That was spooky.
That was really creepy. That was the tensest moment of the film. That was terrifying. I thought, oh, the aliens are there, and then it's just some bright kids.
Yeah. And then she's like, Emma's like, oh, don't. It's just the kids from the park. And I said, oh, they're messing with Hayward. They're going down. Like, you did steal their horse.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We'll call it even. But yeah, further thinkies.
No, not really. Like I say, like you said, there's not really a way of going too in depth. More so than we have done,
Yeah.
because it's very. There's a lot of moments that you can't really go into depth about because this is very much like what happened there.
And also, it's more of the experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the you've got to experience it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll watch it again. At least not anytime soon. It's definitely not a just watch it once and that's it forever sort of film.
Yeah.
So I would see it again, but just not immediately.
There was one thing I'm gonna point out where at the beginning Angel was talking about, Ancient Aliens of Discovery. Don't watch Ancient Aliens. Ancient Aliens is trash. But what I will recommend is It's Probably Not Aliens, a podcast by Scott Nicewander and his friend whose name I can never remember, but he does Step Back History, and they basically go through the Ancient Aliens series and debunk it. But they actually go into the actual history, because I feel bad I can't remember his name, but the guy who does Step Back History actually looks at the history. He looks at cultural stuff as well that's going on. So don't watch Ancient Aliens, but do listen to It's Probably Not Aliens. So there you go, and I'll put a link in the thing, because I'm sure my 123 subscribers are what Nerd Sing and Step Back History need in order to get them over, because they're such tiny little several thousand member site. Nerd Sync is awesome. I will say Nerd Sync I really enjoy. Step Back History, but I think that's more dependent on if that particular subject interests you.
Okay.
One of the videos you're like, oh, that's like, because recently, topically, he's done a video on the fall of the Soviet Union, because Gorbachev's. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. But then another week it might be something that you're not necessarily as interested in. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah.
Someone would be interested.
Yeah. It's something I put on. It's like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what they're talking about. So yeah, stick it on for a bit whilst you're doing something else. But yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. So
Yes, all good. Shall we do the other things?
yeah, unless you've got a sudden. Oh, hang on.
It may come to me.
But as of right now, yeah. But so yeah, final thoughts, recommendations. It's good.
Yes.
If the trailer intrigued you, then you'll probably enjoy it.
Yes.
And if you're concerned about blood and gore, there isn't really that many. I will say though, I won't go too many details, but the bit with the people when they're inside, ooh,
Oh god, yeah, the screams. The
that was that's an experience.
That was nope.
That was definitely nope.
That was definite nope.
Nope. Yeah, do the trailers.
So trailers. Pray for the Devil was the first one. There's obviously quite a few horror films.
Yeah. Basically, Exorcist with a nun, but she's got a connection.
Yeah.
Like, so her mum was possessed, and she finds God, or maybe she already had God, because she was praying as a child.
Yeah.
So she goes to a nunnery, and then, for whatever reasons, she ends up going to a school, a priest's school, when I guess they're learning exorcisms. And at one point they're like, we're gonna have to teach her something, because she's got to be able to stick up to defend herself. And I'd put that under intriguing, but not necessarily my thing.
Yeah, it looks very low budget.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it's just meh. It looked like one of them straight to Netflix sort of things.
I mean, if it was on telly, but I may not make the effort.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks, although I will say it does look like it's well acted.
Yes.
I'll give them that.
Now for the next one, you've written The Woman Kong.
I want to hit the wrong button again.
It is not The Woman Kong. That is not a film. It may be a film, I don't know. It is The Woman King.
That looks interesting.
Viola Davis.
Davis,
looks like she's going to bring it. Yeah, that looks interesting. At first I thought it was Black Panther. Because it had that sort of, vibe.
And honestly, so based on a true story, I don't know the story, because when it said, basically, Europe trying to take over Africa and like fighting back, I was like, this is like Zulu vibes. But no, it's because they say we have a weapon that the Europeans won't see coming, and it's women warriors, and like the Europeans back then would not have seen that coming. So based on a true story, but since you did mention Black Panther vibes, you could see this as the proto of Dora Milaje. And we all fought with the Dora Milaje. That actually looks in. Again, it's one I'm not sure I necessarily plan to see at the cinema. But I'd maybe, if I saw it on Netflix or one of those things, I'd go, I will watch that. Like, Pray for the Devil, like, oh, this is on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, channel surfing's not really a thing anymore. But if channel surfing was a thing and I saw Pray for the Devil, I'm like, okay, look, the trailer looks alright, and I can't be asked to move. Where this one, I wouldn't necessarily sit in the cinema, but I'm like, that's going to be on that day, I'll make a point to try and watch that.
Yeah, I'll get that, yeah.
It does look good. And maybe it look really crispy on the big screen, it's just not necessarily...
Yeah, dragging you in. I would concur. Smile.
That looked creepy.
It was very creepy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Slash horror. Kind of got the what's the one with the videotape?
Paranormal Activity.
No, earlier. The Japanese remake.
Oh yeah.
The Ring.
The Ring. Yeah.
Which I haven't seen, but similar vibes where like you see a thing and then you're on a clock.
Yeah, and then it sort of inhabits you. Yeah. See that again? That for me again, sort of if it's on Netflix, I'm like alright. But would I go to cinema and see it? Maybe, probably not.
No.
It didn't drag me in.
It did somewhat intrigue me because I'm like, what is this thing? But and it might be an amazing film, really well acted, and like might keep you on your edge of your seat. But equally, it could end up being stupid.
Yeah.
Like, is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, seriously. It's a giant mushroom circus.
Squiddy thing.
The next one, Don't Worry Darling. That was the Harry Styles, Florence Pugh.
Oh, that was Harry Styles?
Yeah.
Because I saw Chris Pine.
Oh yeah, and Chris Pine, yeah. So sort of 1950s.
Very, what do you call it? I keep thinking Midwich Cookers, but that's the children. The one with the wives. Stepford.
Oh, Stepford Wives, yeah.
Very Stepford, very culty.
Yeah, they're all sort of at a thing.
Yeah, like a compound.
A compound and
like an estate. Like we're all this thing, and like kind of initially got MLM vibes. Pyramid scheme kind of shit going on.
Yeah, and Florence Pugh's character near the end of the trailer shouting, "They're lying to you. They're lying to you."
Yeah.
So who are they? What are they lying about?
That one does look interesting.
It does look quite interesting, and I do rate Harry Styles as an actor.
I don't think I've actually seen anything. I know he's done quite a few now, but I'm not sure I've seen him in it.
Have you seen Dunkirk?
No.
Christopher Nolan.
No, I haven't actually seen that yet.
Oh, was that Christopher Nolan?
I think it's Christopher Nolan.
Okay. He's very good in that.
No, I've heard he's not terrible, but I don't. I'm just like, have I actually seen him in anything yet?
No. Looks interesting. Maybe would venture to the cinema for that.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, it does look very pretty. Yeah.
And you've got a lot of eye imagery going on, where they're doing synchronized dancing, like on circles and the arms coming in and out. So that one does look intriguing. I'm not sure how to describe it. But yeah, it's very, very Stepfordy, very culty, kind of weirdly MLM. Obviously everyone's very attractive. Yeah. So that one might put me into cinema.
And the last one, Halloween Ends.
I have not seen a single Halloween movie. I know. So you take this.
Yes. Comments in the comments.
Oh.
See, I've seen all of them apart from the last one. Was it Halloween Kills?
I think so. Now you say it.
The original was the best. The first of the remake, which is also called Halloween, that was pretty good. That is good. I will go and see it. I will go and see it because I love a horror film.
I'd have to marathon it all because it does look. I will say it because it said this is where their story ends. You've got.
Yeah. You would have to watch all the others.
Yeah. And now I can. Okay, her name's fallen out of my head now.
Jamie Lee.
That's it, Jamie Lee Curtis. So it is her, and then lots of other faces, which I'm assuming are lead characters from the previous films. So, I mean, I'm not saying it looked bad. I just haven't watched any Halloween films.
Yeah, I mean,
it's more of a thing I haven't got around to it.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you like sort of slasher horror movies, it is.
I can take or leave. That's the thing. I'm not.
Yeah, it is what it is.
With slashers, like with the Scream movies, because so recently Scream 5 is on Paramount, so I can watch that when I want. It's more of when I'm watching them, I do usually end up enjoying them and having fun, but it's not necessarily my go-to.
Oh, right, yeah, no, fair enough.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I know Halloween's a classic. I know I should watch it. I just haven't. You know.
Yeah. No, I would recommend.
Yeah. No, people have. But yeah.
Yeah, and that was it.
So overall, not a bad cinematic experience.
Yeah. No, I think it's been good. What was the last film we went to see?
I want to say it was probably something Marvel.
It was recent-ish. Was it Strange?
No, it was Love and Thunder.
That came out after Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been Love and Thunder. That was last month, July,
So
late
about that.
July.
Yeah, because we're it's 3rd of September. If you're watching this in the future, it is 3rd of September today. So yeah. Or 4th, sorry.
Oh, 4th.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with. No, it doesn't work.
September the 4th.
September the 4th be with you.
Yeah, don't Still trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was today. That's
Yeah, it was good. Good experience, good film. Would see it again, not immediately. Good addition in the.
I think we spent more time speaking about the trailers, so we spend less time on the thing. That's not a bad thing. I didn't think we spent it as long, but just the fact the video length is still on average.
Oh, yeah. But bear in mind you got about 5 minutes from the previous one.
I don't think it's quite that long. We'll see what happens. But yeah, sorry about the thing at the bottom. Thank you for watching, both if you have.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to advertise, do you?
No.
No. So yeah, that was today. Sorry if you hear stuff. We were in a car park, so no crows today though. They're usually over there.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much traffic for them at the moment. But yes, thank you for watching if you have been. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, please do tell me that I should watch Halloween, because yeah. So thank you. I've been Michelle. He's been Adam, and we will see you next time. Bye.